Now I want to walk you through some basics of natural lighting. I know I said watch Wandering DP. You will, but I do want to show you how we've done that in some scenes just to articulate a concept that is super important with natural lighting, which is scheduling. Um, Dean can tell you what that was like, but you know, we really prioritized shooting at the right time of day all the time.
Yeah, I think like first of all, what is like the reason for wanting to shoot at the right time of the day? Like what does it provide to you picking the right time compared to if the sun was directly overhead?
Well, again, that's what Wandering DP will say, but when the sun is lower, you are able to backlight your characters. If it's right above them, it's just straight down shadows, not pretty. But if it's backlighting them, they get like an edge of glowing light on them, which separates them from the background. And that is what looks beautiful. You're able to then ride the exposure to get the feeling that you want out of the image. But I'm telling you, my whole life I was shooting things on cameras, and once that concept clicked from Wandering DP, I was like, oh my God, I'm a cinematographer. I'm a DP now. You know, I know what to do. I just point the camera towards the light being behind the character. It's backlighting them. And that can be, it doesn't have to be just like straight behind them. It can be 45 behind them, the other 45 behind them. You just don't want it to be front lighting their face for the most part. But check out this wide shot. You can see the sun was low. You can tell by the long shadow next to the van. And it is behind the characters from me. So they're all like cut out, cookie cutter cutouts, separated from the background. So I'm still able to retain my highlights and them. And the light just looks beautiful. I mean, look at this shot. The light is behind Tweez's head in this close up. Do you see how around his hat and around his shoulders it's glowing? It's because the light is just beautiful. In this situation, there is something that we did in this. I think in this shot we did have a bounce. So what's happening is the light is coming from behind the character. It's facing towards the bounce, and then we're bouncing the light back into his face so he gets a soft light in his face. And that's just what makes it look as good as it does. It's a basic concept here, but once you really get that down, then you know what to do, how to make your footage look like a movie.
And so, yeah, it's like a simple concept. Okay, you want to shoot when the light is in this certain spot so you can get these effects. If it's overhead, okay, it's going to be shadowy and ugly, as you would say. If you're going to schedule around because that's how you're going to be able to make your shots look good, it's probably like very important to understand how serious you have to adhere to that schedule. Like,
you were probably pretty annoyed at times in the beginning.
I mean, you just had such like a quality control about the whole situation that like if the sun got to a certain point, we never got in this situation because we always scheduled it the right way. But had we messed up scheduling, the sun would get to a certain point and Kyle would probably say, we were done for the day. Like I know we have all these people here. We'd set all this up, but I can't shoot anymore. It wouldn't
But
be
we never
worth
messed it up because we just didn't, because we knew. That's the thing. Here's the thing. If you're shooting by yourself, right? You're the camera guy, you're the sound guy, you're the writers, you're the directors, you're in control of the whole situation, right? Nobody's telling you, oh, we got to get overtime for the crew, or oh, it's like, we got to do this, or we can't move fast enough because of the rules, or whatever. We're in charge. So I'm telling Dean, we are not shooting unless the sun is pretty. I'm not pressing record. I'm not going to waste footage. I don't even shoot film, but I'm not even wasting digital footage on a shot that doesn't have the right light, you know?
And so like what that means is even before deciding like what times you're going to shoot at what location, it comes down to like when you're picking the location. There were times where like certain locations wouldn't be viable because the sun just comes up behind the building when we need it to be in front. So it just wouldn't work at all. Like Kyle's literally, I have to download a sun app on my phone when I'm scouting to be like, okay, it comes up on this side, it goes down
Yeah,
over
there's
here.
an app called Sunseeker, and you need it because Dean will go location scouting, and I'm always like, dude, I need to know that the sun is going to be at least somewhat backlit. And then if the sun's not backlit, screw that location.
Or you shoot it in the evening.
Yeah, or it's on the opposite side and you shoot in the evening. Now, in this racetrack scene, what you'll see is we had a lot of shots to get this day. What we did was we shot a lot of them in the morning, and then we took a long break. Like, we were all laying on our cars in the hot sun, drinking Gatorade for hours and hours and hours, doing nothing.
Like,
just
all these
literally
people
doing nothing.
showed up to film a movie, and the start of the day from whatever time, 7 or 8 in the morning until 11:30 is filming the movie.
Sooner than that, yeah, 7 or 8 until like 10:30.
And then all of a sudden, while everybody's like having fun, got into it, it's like, we have to stop.
We have to stop, and we have to wait until 5:30 p.m. because the light just sucks until it's low enough. The other issue is when you're doing that, it's also kind of stressful because you don't have much time to do this stuff. You got to get it while it's hot. While that light looks good, you got to get it. And I think people just don't really, I think people like understand the concept of scheduling their day around light. But if you're making something on your own that you want it to feel legit, like really good, you've got to be like really adamant about that. You have to be like, it's life or death. It's either good light or let's delete the whole film, you know, like to a degree. Like,
no, that's how you would make it feel, honestly.
That's how I was like, we're not doing that, you know?
And the racetrack in particular, most of the time we were able to have one day where it would be the morning and the night block, and that was enough to get it done. That scene was like more pages than we generally shoot in a day. So that was like one of the times where, for no reason other than to get the lighting right, we broke it up into 2 days. We shot at the racetrack 2 days back to back.
Yeah, I remember you were kind of like, do we have to shoot 2 days? We have to get the car out there. We have to have this again. We have to have all this again.
House these people. Larry had to come.
And I was like, dude, yes, dude, we have to do this. I'm not. And then the crazy thing is, then you deal with clouds and all this stuff, but you know, that's the reality of shooting in natural light. But to be honest with you, even if we would have had a big crew with lights and all this stuff, I wouldn't get a prettier look. Like these people that are shooting like Netflix shows and stuff, they're not getting a better looking movie. They're getting a more fast schedule movie. You know, they're getting a more, let's just do it. Let's just do it. But this is something that our heart is put into. You want that sun to be hitting right, you know?
And
you
those
don't
big
need
crews
a crew.
are probably still taking longer, maybe. Like,
I don't know if that, I think that's a luxury on bigger crews to be able to have that break. I think the DPs are probably usually just pissed off, like, damn it, why do we have to shoot? Well, we have to. All right, let me talk about a couple quick things so we don't make this video too long. Here's another scene here that's all natural light, no bounce, nothing. We waited for the right time. The light was behind them, hit them just on the edge there. You can see, wow, that's beautiful. Because the light's behind them, the background, the light is also behind. So the background is not all hot and spicy with scorching sun. The background's dark. Then they get hit with the light. So now they're separated. In this situation, the reason I'm showing you this frame is there's also a concrete driveway that is right in front of them here at the shore. Huge concrete driveway, which is like at an angle. The sun is hitting that concrete driveway and bouncing back up into their face, giving them a lot more brightness, which allows me to bring the camera even lower, which makes it amazing. Like, this is not just what the sun looks like alone. This is the sun hitting a driveway, hitting their face, which looks, as you can see in this close-up, pretty crazy. Like, that's, again, it's beautiful bounce light. And what I've sort of become very good at now is looking for those things. Looking for like a natural phenomenon, which would be the equivalent of a super dialed light. Just because it's only natural does not mean that it's just whatever nature provides at any moment. It's super, that's something about natural light. It's not just like take your camera outside and go around. It's super dialed, super technical decisions that are like very complicated to get this natural light to feel like that. Like, you do it with natural light, but you do need to be super skilled in your understanding of how light works and experience of how fast the sun does move and things to be able to make decisions when the time is hot and see things like, oh wait, that if we shoot here, the sun will come here, it'll bounce off that thing, And then it'll do this on this guy and like, okay, yeah, so this is going to work beautifully. It's going to be natural, but this is going to look like it was very not natural cinema lighting. And so again, here's another shot, all natural light, looks amazing. Same thing, all natural light, same thing, all natural light. No bounce, no nothing, just the sun at the right time of day, at the right angle. And I put everyone in these spots. Here's another example. Sun at the right time, at the right angle. This is another good example of that happening while the background, because the building, the sun is behind the building even, it's hitting the characters, but not the building. So the building's dark, but then they're bright, but then they're dark, which makes it that they're cut out. Same situation here.
And that was one that most of the ones you were showing before this were mornings. This was an evening, and I think you picked night for that reason.
Yeah, I think you went and scouted.
Yeah.
You took the Sunseeker app. You found it out. I told you this time is going to be where, because certain things you have to hit. You can't just shoot at morning or night. You have to hit where, what's the background you want, you know? All right. Now, what?
Go where you were going to go.
All right, we were talking about cars earlier and how cars are hard to shoot in and how my technique was blow out the windows. But I was always like, all right, that's cool, all good and well, but it doesn't look perfect, you know, and I kind of want perfect, but it looks good though. If we can't make it into decisions, yeah, let's blow out the windows. But one day we were getting another scene in this film, in this part of the film, where
this one also required the car to be like moving with a human in it as well. The other car scenes that we have weren't necessarily like driving scenes, right?
yeah, which that will be a point we'll make when we talk about blocking.
Yeah.
At some point, we're going to tell you about car scenes. So look for that in the future. But specifically about natural lighting here, this car, we had the idea of like, wait a minute, if we don't have a roof on the car, then we can light it how we would any natural light scene with the sun and a bounce, and it would look amazing. So if you can choose a convertible, if you're the one in charge, choose a convertible, a car without a roof that doesn't limit you to these problems. Because this lighting looks really, really dialed. Like it looks perfect in my opinion.
This is one of your favorite shots.
And that's because it's a convertible. Little tip.